welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can sleep and grow rich with this technique. Now, the idea behind this is understanding that we have an ability to influence our subconscious mind in a very powerful way, and what I'll be doing with this video is giving you some practical tools towards applying what is called this NLP technique, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, using this powerful tool to influence your subconscious mind in a powerful way so that over the course of the next couple weeks, you feel completely different about yourself and you start to see massive results in your life. Now, this is something I've talked before about on this channel, is understanding the power of the window right before we go to bed at night. The 10 to 15 minute window is when our brainwave activity is going from more of a alpha or beta state into a theta state. And the theta state is where we have much more power over our subconscious mind. We're much more closer to the suggestibility of our subconscious mind. And as we feel the emotions as we go to bed, that's when we have the most power over influencing our subconscious mind. Now, not to, I just kind of gave it a basis there so we know the context of the video that I'm about to do and the technique I'm about to give you, because what I found recently, this is something that for me is just a couple weeks old, is I've been doing this technique and it's been giving me amazing results. And what I did is I just applied this NLP technique to this idea of understanding, and it's something that has influenced my life in many ways. Now, here's the technique, and here's what we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to break down first off the intention for what we want to create in our life, or one major thing that we want to happen. What we do is we focus on that one thing, we focus and we turn it into what is called a mental image. A mental image could be a snapshot, it could be one scene, kind of like in a movie, of something that makes you feel a certain way. Now this is important. As you look at this mental image, let me give you some examples. Say your intention is to run your own business or to make a certain amount per month or per year. Have a visualization or a snapshot of what that means to you, or a scenario of you being in that. See yourself in that situation and really make sure you can feel it. If you're having a hard time feeling, you could just put your hands over your heart like this and you can focus on being in that situation. Now, the idea is that as you are evoking in this emotion, as you are looking at that snapshot, that represents a symbol to you. That symbol is what you want to create, and that symbol is also the emotions that feeling, or the emotions of what that snapshot will bring you, whatever the manifestation is that you want. Now, what we are going to do with this NLP technique is we are going to anchor that snapshot, anchor that whole idea into one word. That word can be whatever's related to it. So let me give you an example of a couple different ways we could do that. Me, I use the word of either abundance or wealth. Now, wealth, because my intention is to be able to grow myself, to be able to grow within, and then also grow without, so that I can have more freedom to make different types of content for you guys. So I have a certain image of what that would represent to me, which has to do, I'll just tell you guys what it is. It's traveling and being able to speak. So I have that image of me, being able to get on planes, going places, and then being in front of a crowd and speaking. As I have that image, there is a certain emotion that invokes within me. And then what I do is I anchor in, and as I'm in the peak of that visualization, what I do is I think of the word wealth or the word abundance. And what I do is I then create an anchor with my hands. For me, I just pinch my index finger to my thumb like this. Now this creates a physical anchor to where in the future, as I look at this image, or as I even go like this, there is an ability to generate that state from within. Now, what you can do is, say you have a visualization of you want to be in a relationship. So what you could do is you could think of being in the relationship, a certain scenario, and what you do is you wait till you get to the peak of that moment, until you can really feel it. And then what you do is you think of a word that whole situation, that whole mental image can represent. And as you focus on that word, you can then use an anchor. The anchor could be this. You could do different things as well. But this, to me, is just the most simple one, because it's also something that's easy to do as I'm going to bed. I can just kind of lay down and just kind of go like this while I'm thinking of the word. Now, The idea is that what you can do is, if you're visualizing yourself in a relationship, you could visualize yourself in that certain scenario, and at the peak of it, you could think of the words connection or the words compassion. And as you do that, you are anchoring in not only the mental aspect of thinking of the word, which represents that mental image, which has the feeling attached to it, but the physicality of doing this with your fingers as well. Now, this is something that as you do when you go to bed at night is so powerful, because the language that your subconscious mind speaks in is through the medium of feeling. And as you are putting that feeling, as you're going to bed, into the theta state that is the closest to your subconscious mind, and as you have that mental image, that self-image for who you are, you'll find that with repetition, this is so powerful. Now, the other aspect of this is when you wake up in the morning, you can wake up and do the same thing, anchoring that emotion, anchoring that physicality of doing that, and you'll find that over time you will start to see the results in your life, and more importantly, you will start to feel as if it is a part of who you are, and that's what's most important anyway. So remember that all you have to do is realize that as you go to bed at night, that is the most important time that you can feel the emotions of what you want to experience and create in your life. All you have to do is this simple process of, first off, having a mental image for what you want to create. Have a mental image that makes you feel a way that is conducive of what you want to experience. Put your hands over your heart so that you're able to bring the awareness within. And then what you can do is, at the peak of that emotion, after 5-10 minutes of doing it, anchor in the word that you want to use that can be representative of that emotion, and that word can be something such as wealth, such as abundance, such as connection, love, whatever you want it to be. And as you are at the peak and you say that word, at the same time, do the anchor with some sort of physicality. Do it with the pinching of the fingers or whatever resonates with you. And as you are able to do that, you'll find that you anchor in, which is the NLP technique, that kind of emotion, that state of being. And then what you can do is do that as you go to bed at night within the last 5 or 10 minutes, and then at the same time when you wake up in the morning, decide that you do it as well, so that you have the most impact over your subconscious mind. If you do this over the course of the next couple weeks, you'll find that you start to feel completely different about yourself, and you'll find that then you start to experience massive results in your life. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and also hit that little notification gear so that you can get the daily videos that I do. Some people say that even though I do daily videos, they only see a couple a week. So make sure you do that if you want to see the daily vids. And other than that, I will see you guys on the next vid. Peace, much love, and namaste.